So nice. Welcome. Good to see you all. Champion, good to see you. So how are you doing? Good? Today, India is very rich, very proud, a great traditions, great heritage. But most of us adults, elders, are totally ignorant of it. And what is happening is, we all want happiness, we all want success. And in the search of happiness and success, we are thinking that happiness and success is out there. In what? In money, in fun, lots of cookie, lot of dollars, lot of foreign exchange, lot of travel, good clothes, good partner, good family. And we are searching. Where? Out there. With ancient India, it kept on saying, and mind you, ancient India were the richest in the world. And why were we the richest in the world? If you look carefully, and especially young generations and young adults, all of you are young adults. I think two of us are in another generation. You need to realize that the joy, the fun, the success is not out there. Now, it can sound like a lawyer's argument and putting to point logics, but it is not. It is, the moment you start to understand it and try to find that source, not out there, but within, you will suddenly find something happens from outside the world. Those things which you were running for, which you're searching and which you're disappointed and hurt and I don't have enough, all that suffering vanishes. And what happens? What you were actually looking for, it comes. How does it come? Who will bring it? This is where the disconnection between you and your inside. That you which you think is you, which we think is who is they? This is me. This is Robbin Ghosh. I'm this height, this complexion, this age, this appointment. And with that, we are kind of good mithai to eat. You can do one thing. If you pull it and just press your hand in the front, it will stay open. And press, it will stay open. The other one also, same way. थोड़ा सुनीता को खोल के रख दो. Yeah, it's done. It's okay. ठीक है, रहने दो. Look at it. We are in search of what? Material, matter, mind. Mind is what? Peace. And what is mind? Compared to understand it from the angle of the Vedanta, from the ancient India, Vedas and the Upanishads and Vedanta, which we have forgotten, and which we are trying to study the modern psychology, modern understanding of the mind, understanding of the success. And there are thousands of books of self-development. How to make friends, how to make money, how to build business, how to do social media marketing. We are learning all this. All those things are good. They're very nice. You must stay up to date with the latest of the technology, latest of the digital world. But along with that, what we are forgetting is the source of that success, is the happiness. And because of which, we are in continuous suffering and in loss. I said, loss of what? Loss of that what we are searching. That fun, that happiness, the joy. Because we don't know the source. And because we don't know the source, supposing you know that if I go down to that room and if I have the key and I open that vault and I have to open it, then I have all the money there or the chocolate there or the cookies there, whatever I'm searching for is there. I'll go down and open it whenever I want it. So this universe, think carefully now, understand it, the power of our intention is to make this Vedanta Upanishad and the source of this, all success and happiness, easily accessible, easily available, understandable. And once you understand it, you make it your own. It's like, you know that if I have to go to Mumbai, the best way is by plane. And if I want to have fun of driving, go to expressway in my car, I just drive and I'll reach there. You know it, that this is how I have to go to Mumbai. And of course, there are many other ways. Now, we were all born, we were babies, and we grown through toddlers and teenagers and the adulthood. And some of you were champions and going through that age, and you have a great doubt. What am I going to be? What will happen to me when I grow up? I hope I do well in my exam. Then I will get a good admission. And after the good admission, I need a good job. I need a good boss. I need a good family. These are all doubts. Look at the other perspective. You and I were born. When you were born, for the first few years of the human child, you are not aware who is this mother, who is this father, which is this world, which is this country, that I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm Chinese, what? We were not aware. But look carefully, the world that you were born to, understand this, the world that you're born to and the world which is also born to you. No? I am born on this, let's say, Pune city, India world, right? Today, imagine I'm born to this world. Isn't this Pune, India, the world is also born to me? Till I came into this earth, this world didn't exist for me. The world has also come to me, and I've also come to the world. In other words, what? The world and I are born together and one. If it is so, it is not that the world is my brother or my sister or my mother or father. World and I are one. This understanding is not there. So what is it? I have to face the world. I have to face the universe. I have to do well. I have to work hard. But tell me, look carefully. Do you teach a plant how to grow? Do you teach a desert or a mountain or an ocean? Nature. Look at the nature. Now, the nature and the universe are one. You see, that's nature. What is nature? Everything around me. What I want to bring to your notice, everything around me and me are not separate. Now, aham. So let me read it out in the words of Ashtavakra Gita. It's a small book. You've heard about 4 Vedas. There are 108 Upanishads, out of which 10 Upanishads are considered to be the core of all Upanishads. And it goes on in a nice rhyme, Ishakena Prashna Katha, like that it goes on. Pandakya, Mundakya, Chandakya, all that, the names. They're like rhymes. Sannyasis, monks in Himalayas, in Sir's world, they all sing like that. And they end with Brihadaranyaka, which is the largest Upanishad. The other 108 condensed into 10. Why? How did it become 10? Because, as you all know, Shankaracharya, his birth, mother and father in South India, they didn't have any kid. Mother was very old, 68. Father was 72. And they were very pious Brahmins. And they prayed to Mahadev Shankara. Shankara came, said, okay, I'll grant you a baby. You will have a son. What kind of a son do you want? Do you want the son to die after 16 years, but he will shake up this world and he'll be very knowledgeable and very good, ideal son, perfect, but will die after 16 years, not going to live with you, but will change the world. And the other is, will live 100 years, but will be a pain in the neck for everyone, including you. And will be like a monster, like a demon. Which one do you want? Mahadev Shankara is asking, so. And it just so happened the great mother and the father chose to have a 16-year-old life of a son and not the entire 100 years. Wise parent. Shankara was born. Shankara, by the age of 8, he became a monk. His monkhood was also a great story. These 108 years, there you go. 108 Upanishads condensed into, not condensed really, chosen out of them, 10 of them. Actually, the 11th one is slightly doubtful. These 10, Shankaracharya himself made it simple for everybody. And they're called Karikas. He's written down for simplifying to you and me. And today, with the divine grace, all these Upanishads have beautiful translations available. Like I'm showing you Ashtavakra, but he is writing a Gita. There are many types of Gita. It's not just one Bhagavad Gita. You got Ramana Gita, you got Anu Gita, you got Ashtavakra Gita, like that. There are lots of Gitas also. But Ashtavakra Gita is considered to be the highest of the highest knowledge, electrifying knowledge. And I'll share with you Lord Byron. Lord Byron goes ahead and says, Lord Byron, famous poet, you all have heard the name, some of you may not have read. Lord Byron says, when all the poets, all the philosophers, all the writers finish their writing, explaining everything, Ashtavakra starts talking then. To give you that little example, Ashtavakra is writing in this chapter 2, verse number 2. I'm just taking one little verse. And this whole today's talk is based on that little Ashtavakra. He goes on to say, Atha prakasham eko deham enam tatha jagat. Yatha prakasham eko deham evam tatha jagat. Atha mama jagat sarvam atava nacha kinchana. Meaning, if I am born on this earth, this universe is also born to me. So, understand now, I'm born in this family. So what is it? By right, this family is mine. This is my family. And this family also has me. Right? So I have my duty to the family. Family has a duty to me. But notice here, the family and I are separate. Why? Because this is me. Who is this? Robbin Ghosh. Name, body, form. We are doing that with the universe also. I am separate from the universe. Universe and I, we are both born together as per this. But Ashtavakra goes and said, if I am born on this universe, either the entire universe and I are one and I own everything of this universe, or nothing, none of it. There's a great saint. His name is Virajananda. Virajananda was one of the president of Ramakrishna Mission. He used to say this, either this today's talk, this body and this world is presented to me. This body, mind, name, form is presented to me. Either I am all of this, woe is presenting is what the universe, the nature, or I am none of it. Can you imagine what thought processes they had? If I am born on this universe, the universe is also born to me. So I and universe are born together and we are one. The moment I put myself, Robbin Ghosh, or my mother or father gives me a name and says, this is you, and that is not you. Meaning, that building, that car, that brother, that sister, my friend, my neighbor, my country, America, they're separate. And the separation comes from the moment we put the name and form and function. What a tremendous, the moment I read this and I was seeing the expression of Swami Virajananda. And Virajananda's statement, either I am all of it or I am none of it. Choice is mine. So what is the choice? Based on what? Ignorance. The moment I say I am none of it, meaning what? I'm poor, I'm suffering, I'm sick. And what I associate myself with some of my discomforts, my pains, my shortcoming, my not having enough, my not looking good enough. I'm born like that. But if you look carefully, let's say, look at Mother Teresa. She didn't look great. Nelson Mandela didn't look great. Bapu Gandhi. But look at that. We say father of country. What great character. Nelson Mandela was kept in South Africa by that time the Prime Minister of that country for 28 years in a room which was 5 feet by 4 feet. 5 feet this way, 2 feet this way, and 4 feet this way, like a coffin. And Nelson Mandela is very tall. he could never stand straight, except when he was taken to the toilet. That time he could walk straight. He had to always stay like that. Can you imagine that scene? Nothing else in that room. And he lived there for 28 years. And this Prime Minister was all the time trying to get him officially hanged by the judiciary and getting people antagonized. He had the power, the media, and he was the political leader. He could try. He tried his best, but he couldn't. And after 20 years here, Nelson Mandela, just mind you, what I'm trying to get at, not very good to look at. But what willpower. He didn't let anything put him down. And when he came out, the newspaper people, journalists, came and asked him, "Sir, what do you think about the Prime Minister?" They all knew because the Prime Minister was trying to get him killed. Nelson Mandela said, "He's a nice gentleman," and he walked off. Didn't pause, didn't ponder, didn't say anything. Meaning, he did not show any sign of hatred. Look at who are these great people? Jesus Christ, neck is chopped off. He knew one amongst the 12 people is going to deceive me. He said also, for a few silver coin, 32 silver coin, his life was sold. And yet, he said, God, they don't know what they're doing. What is that? Ignorance. And same Jesus Christ is saying, knock and the door shall open for you. What door? This door of the universe and the door within you. So where is it? It is not out there. It is within. It is within me. Now comes a very beautiful metaphor by Vidyaranya. Those of you who heard about Sir is very famous reader of that Panchadashi. 700 years ago in South India near Hyderabad, he wrote this Panchadashi, very famous. It's called Panchadashi because it's only 15 verses. Just imagine, there is one Upanishad. It has got only 12 slokas. Till today in the world, starting from the great masters to Shankaracharya to everybody, said that is like, those of you seen that there is something in Bengali called Dhani Lonka. It's very tiny. There is in Thailand, in India also it's available, in Assam. It's called a bird's eye chili. Like a bird's eye, only that much. Tiny. It's like little eyes looking at it. And there is another one called Suryamukhi Mirch chili. Very small and it's poked out at the sun, looking at the sun. Why am I talking about these chilies? Are very spicy. It's so spicy. If you try to take a tiny slice and put it in your tongue, I did it. I had it for about 2 hours. It's so spicy. And this Upanishad is called that. It's so spicy. Meaning, it's a power packed. Only 12 sutras. You can put it into an A4 sheet. It's called Mandakya Upanishad. Hanumanji went and asked Rama, if I want moksha, what do I have to do? He says, Mandakya ekam evam. It's one alone is enough for you to be illuminated. So Hanumanji asked him, what if it doesn't? You will also ask that question. Hanumanji at that time was not illumined. He also asked it. He said, then read all the 108 Upanishads. Reading all the 108 and this, they're equivalent to each other. Now, understanding Vidyaranya, coming back. Vidyaranya says, Such a beautiful statement. Look at it first statement by Ashtavakra. I'm born to this universe. The universe is born to me. The I and the universe are not separate. We are one. So either the entire universe is mine or I'm none of it. I'm none of it. Why? Because I'm ignorant. I'm a fool. It's like, some human beings are born, they're totally dumb. Kalidasa, you've heard of his name. Kumar Sambhav, the great poet. Kalidasa was absolute dumb. And father and mother got so fed up. He didn't understand anything, didn't remember anything. He was totally, really. So they said, okay, at least go and pick some wood, cut some wood and come. At least be of some use. Bring some wood. And they used to use the wood to cook food. He went, Kalidasa was so dumb. He climbed a tree. He didn't find any fallen wood. Climbed a tree in the jungle. And let's say this is the tree. And the tree has got branch. So he came on the branch and he turned around. He's sitting on the branch and he's cutting the branch, that part which is attached to the tree. And he cut it and he fell down with the branch. Something happened to him with that jarring. He started howling and crying, and he cried and cried and cried and told Mother Saraswati, why am I so dumb? And it said that the Mother Saraswati herself came and said, okay, from today onwards, you will be the most knowledgeable. And that's all. The greatest of the poet came out from him. Now, so that dumbness is making me ignorant about who we really are, that this universe and I are not separate. The second thing is, Vidyaranya is telling, our intention is to make all the Vedanta, Upanishad, etc. simple, palatable, and you should be able to say, I can do it. And whatever you have problem, it is not a problem. It can be easily taken off. Only you have to become aware. It is like if you know this is the key for this cupboard, all you need to know what is inside the cupboard. I want it. Go and put the key, open the lock. That lock is being aware, nothing else. So what is it? The awareness, Vidyaranya is saying that look, in this world, whatever we like, we love, we don't like to part with it. We want it. And we want to hold on to it. No? Whether it's a person, whether it's my son or daughter, whether it is my partner, whether it is my body, whether it is some cookie or some mobile or some car or a house or a country, I love living in that country. Whatever I like, whatever I love, I like to hold on to it and I don't like to let it go. Similarly comes, whatever I don't like, I like to get rid of it. Or I would avoid. If I don't like that person, I don't want to be with that person. The person comes in, I'll quietly scoot off. You find some of the home, some of our sons and daughters are like that. Why aren't you coming outside? No, I don't like that person. Soon enough, we have a big list of likes and dislikes. So, what Vidyaranya is going ahead and saying, that when you do not like something, you like to get rid of it. He's saying, have you realized? Think, what powerful messages. You have never tried to get rid of yourself. You say, no, those people committing suicide, they try to get rid of themselves. That film actress Babita committed suicide. The famous in New York, Manhattan, just 7 years ago. Great chef. 7 days later, that time the best fashion model. They're all worth of billions of dollars. The great chef and the fashion designer and a model. Both committed suicide. They had a wonderful family apparently. They had a very good husband and wife. They had no shortage of money. They had no shortage of the chef, good food of the world. And yet they kill themselves. What is it? Why do they do it? And you're saying they don't want to get rid of? No, see, what makes you commit suicide? Maybe, say, I'm in love with a girl or a man. And that girl or a man is in love with somebody. And I want to have that girl and the man. So since I can't have it, I'll kill myself. But supposing Tapliyal sir comes and says, you want to get married to that girl? Don't worry, I'll do it for you. And that girl suddenly falls in love with you. Now tell me, would you like to go and kill yourself? And Tapliyal sir reminds me, hey, you remember you said that you're going to kill yourself? He said, no. Now I don't want to kill myself. Suppose you got a big loan in the market, right? I don't know if you all know, Das Electrical. Those of you who've been in Pune must have heard this name. A very big chain of the refrigerators, air conditioners and things like that. And they had 5-6 stores in Pune city itself. Father and 2 sons. But they didn't manage it very well. Meaning they got lots of money, they got lots of expansion, they had a lot of sources, but they didn't manage it. So they took lots of loan and kept taking loan. Eventually one day, and they were supplying our school also. Almost for 10-12 years, they supplied all our stuff, whatever we required. Suddenly one day all the bankers got together and came and sealed up all their shops simultaneously and closed their bank account, everything, down to dark. And they were in terrible legal trouble, mismanagement. So, look at the animal that now if they say, I want to commit suicide, Mr. Das said, he was a very nice gentleman, good friend of mine. I asked him, what happened? Apparently, they started infighting in between each other. So it got mismanaged. But supposing Tapliyal sir again comes and says, you got loan in the bank? Okay, don't worry. I'll pay it off for you. You pay me when you can. Will you commit suicide? So what are you committing suicide or trying to get rid of yourself is not you. Is a condition outside of you, which has become yours because of some action by you, isn't it? So it is that condition and not you. You are in love with yourself. You notice you like to sleep. Why? Have you ever asked yourself this question? And all these things is coming into my world is because of the Vedas and the Upanishad. You see, why do you like to sleep? Sleep is what? See, there is sleep. There is. So, dear husband is here. Very nice. Look, I'm awakened. So, Mandukya Upanishad. He says, your world is actually 3. Jagrat is awakened. This is my world. All of us are now awakened. I hope so. Nobody's going off to sleep. Awakened world, I perceive the world with my 5 senses. And I touch, taste, smell, etc. Same, that Dhanilanka Mandukya Upanishad. So powerful. Second, it says Swapna. You go to sleep and you dream. Notice, you're awakened and you're saying, who? This is me. And you are not me because you're different. You have a different body, different gender, different place, different house. No? That's why the fight becomes. This is your religion, this is my religion. This is your country, this is my country. This is your husband, your wife, this is my husband, my wife. No? Yours and mine. Where is this? It's called separation. What is this separation? Separation is sounds little technical, but it's very powerful. Nama Rupa Babhara, name, form and function. So imagine thousands of waves, thousands of gold ornaments. You go to Kuwait or go to Dubai and see the gold souk there. Most of you been there, it's dazzling. Thousands of gold ornaments. But notice, all the ornaments are actually one, and that's called gold. They have different shape, different name, different form. You got a tiara, you got a ring, you got a chain, you got a bracelet. But they're all gold. All the thousands of waves, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, you're enjoying. They're coming in, slamming. Robbin Ghosh wave is playing. And who are these waves? You and me are in this samsara. We are all playing. We are having fun. The Robbin Ghosh wave is playing with his friend. His friend suddenly says, "Hey, can you see that line?" I said, "Yeah, what is that line?" See, that's a shoreline. Shoreline? What's a shoreline? So you don't know? I said, "No." That's where you are going. I said, "Really? Why am I going there?" He said, "Because that is where you're going to die." Robbin Ghosh says, "Die? What is die?" He said, "You'll not be a wave anymore." I said, "Shut up. How can it be? I'm a wave. I will be wave. I will eternally be wave." You and I, just imagine if you have a choice and you're 18 or 20 or forever 21 and he said, "Now stop. I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to change." Why? I can control my body. Have you realized you have no control on your body? But you have a control on something which is within you, which in turn, either this universe, I'm born onto this universe, onto this Pune city, into this house. So in this city, this house and the universe is born with me, to me. We never think of it this way. No? Just imagine, you're born. But isn't the universe also come to you? Isn't the universe born to you? Before this, there was no universe for you. And you start to perceive it with your senses as you grow up and you learn, you develop your skills and taste the world, smell the world. Have you ever realized, you say, "This is me." What is this me? You are experiencing this me. How? I can smell my hand. I can touch my hand. I can see my hand. I say, "This is my hand." You also say, "This is my clock." Do you say this clock is me? But you say, "This is my hand. That's mine." What is that? Mobile. That's my car. Say, "This is my house." Do you say my house, my car, my mobile is me? This is my body. This body is not me. And this is the problem. You say this is my mind. I'm like that. Why? What is like that? I get very upset when somebody tells lies. I'm like that. I get headache. Why? I'm like that. I get lower back pain. Why? I'm like that. No, you're not like that. And the beauty is the moment you get connected to that power from within, you have a control. Now you look carefully. Swapna, when you go on to sleep, dream state, your body is lying in the bed. But notice there is another body has come in the dream. And maybe being chased by a tiger or a T-Rex dinosaur. And you are puffing and sweating and screaming and suddenly you wake up. And you say, "What? Oh, that was only a dream. Thank God." So Mandak is saying that is Swapna. That's also you. Another one is you. Why do we like sleep? That third one is called Shushukti, deep sleep. I don't know if you ever realized it. Think of it and you'll realize it immediately. When you go to deep sleep, you have no thoughts. You have no name, no body, no form, nothing, no memory. Only thing, you wake up and say, I had a wonderful sleep. And that is called Ananda. That joy is such joy that you love to go back to that again and again. And that's why we go to sleep again and again every day, hunting for. And those who don't get that sleep, they're tossing and turning, and they're going to doctor, they're taking sleeping pills, they're taking drugs, and they're trying to run away by drinking, by smoking, by drugs, trying to do what? Get to that world where I suddenly conk off. I don't remember anything. But notice, think, whether it is drugged state or drunken state, or, don't kill me, I'm going to say something, or in Samadhi state. You're in Samadhi, Patanjali Samadhi. You come out of Samadhi, hey, your bank loan is back to you. That bad wife or husband is also back to you. So are your bad children, or a bad neighbor, or a bad country, or a bad job, or a bad boss. But the beauty of the Advaita, what Ashtavakra is talking about, the moment you get connected to yourself, you have the power. So, Tapliyal sir, Vijay, etc., we were last Sunday. Those of you who must have read it, India played Thomas Cup. First time, final, in almost 100 years. From the time Thomas Cup started, I think it started around 1945, or 79 years or so. Check it out exactly. Close to 100 years. India never reached beyond challenge round. Only up to challenge round. This time, and my two brothers, Robbin Ghosh and Deepu Ghosh, you will hear their name. If you Google it, they both represented Thomas Cup twice. And both lost in challenge round. India never went beyond that. This time, when India reached quarterfinal against Malaysia, I was in the hospital looking after patient. My brother rang me up. They have somehow this feeling that whatever I say will come true. They said, hey, come on, you better start praying. I said, why aren't you praying? No, our prayers don't work. I said, no, it'll work. You pray. But listen, now he starts with, the statistics. Malaysian, that one is so good. He's been 6 times world champion. I said, so why are you telling me that? No, but see, India is going to play, and Lakshat Sen, who is the India's number 1, is going to face him. He'll lose. I said, do you want India to lose or win? He said, win, of course. I said, then why are you talking about losing? No, but say, you have to be aware of enemy's strength. I said, sure, so work out strategy, but don't be weakened by the strength. He said, no, see, after all, we should know. No, I'm telling you so that you know. I said, you're not telling me, you're poisoning my mind. He said, anyway, whatever it is. I said, listen, you pray to Divine Mother. They know, I believe in Mother, Babaji, I believe in gods and goddesses, and I believe in Advaita. Advaita is you alone are the one. And you are also many. You're one and you're many. How is that two things? We'll just clear it. Thousands of waves. Robbin Ghosh, you're going to die there. I said, shut up. I am not wave. I am wave. I'm not going to die. He said, listen, you're not a wave, you fool. I said, then what am I? He said, you're water. Water? What is water? He said, you touch yourself. Inside, outside, top, bottom. You're water and water alone. I said, shut up. What's wrong with you? I'm a wave. I'm a body. I'm Robbin Ghosh. I am so-and-so. I'm successful. I'm the Chant chief minister. That wave says he's a fool. I don't want to play with him. He goes away. I'm a little sad. I'm looking at the dark line. Really? I'm going to die there? Worry. Another wave comes. He said, hey, Robbin, what happened to you? Why are you looking like that? I said, that monkey told me I'm going to die there. He said, it is true. Now, he's a Vedanta wave. I like him. He's very calm, always cheerful, happy. And if he doesn't have any problem. He said, it's true. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, but I don't like dying. He said, it can be stopped. I said, really? What is dying? He said, you will become what you are. I said, what am I? He said, water. I said, really? He said, yes, touch yourself all around. You're only water. I said, but I don't want to become water. He said, but you are water. You cannot change it. I said, but I don't like dying. He said, that can be helped. What do we do? He said, instead of jumping around, monkeying around, fooling around, shouting around, become still and become silent. Imagine in the middle of the ocean, the wave becomes still. And it's calm ocean. Now, can you tell this was Robbin Ghosh wave? What happens to Robbin Ghosh wave? When you become still, when you become silent. Whole ocean is calm. What happens to Robbin Ghosh wave? Think. By the way, you all can every time stop me and ask me any question as I'm talking. What happens to Robbin Ghosh wave? Where is he? Where is he? Yeah?
Becomes the ocean. Becomes the ocean.
Sorry?
The wave becomes the ocean.
He becomes?
The ocean.
He becomes?
The ocean.
The ocean. Beautiful. You are a very wise husband. Yes, he becomes the ocean. And now, think, my statement. Waves, we were talking about water and wave, no? The waves have water in it. Correct? No? Waves have water in it. Vedanta saying no. He said, what do you mean no? He said, not only waves don't have water in it, even ocean doesn't have water in it. I said, shut up. The ocean is filled with water. He said, no. He said, then this glass has water in it. I can separate the water, separate the glass. Now, one glass full of water becomes one glass empty and water. Can I take away the water from the ocean? No. Can I take away the water from the wave? Will the wave remain, the ocean remain? No. So, the waves do become water, a wave, or the waves become the ocean, but actual understanding, waves become what they are, which is water. What is it? The water pervades the ocean. The water itself is the ocean. The water itself is the wave. Water itself is the dirty puddle on the road, or in my glass for drinking, or in the rain cloud, or in that waterfall, or in that river or the pond. It's the same water. It's the same you and me with different name, form, and function. Yes, they may have salty or sweet. Those are characteristics of each name, form, and function. So now, how does this bring you and to me that in that third state of sapna, जाके सुनिदा आप लोग देखो थोड़ा. In that, so we were Jagrat, we were Sapna, and we were Sushupti. Question comes in, how do you know that you had a good sleep? You didn't have any thoughts. You were totally absent. How do you know that you had a good sleep? So, Mandaka says you are not three state. That is awakened, dream sleep, and deep sleep. Not three. It's called Chaturtham. Turiya. What is Turiya? Turiya is the fourth state. And actually, Turiya is the seed which gives rise to the deep sleep, which gives rise to dream sleep, which gives rise to you and me awakened state. That means we are actually Turiya. What is Turiya? You can see me, you can hear me, you can experience the world, awakened state. In your dream, you can experience your dream. Sometimes you recall your dream. Fun dream, happy dream, bad dream, you can recall. You can recall after the deep sleep, I had a very good sleep. So you're experiencing the world around in a awakened state with your five senses. What happened? The world comes to you. But if you're unconscious, will the world come to you? It still comes to you, but you don't know. That comes to Rajesh Biravars's consciousness. By the way, he's written this beautiful book. Rajesh ji. I like this book so much. He's written it so well, and this is on quantum mechanics that I'm trying to introduce it to all of you children in the school. That you should. It's at different level of understanding. And when you take on the science, it goes on and it is going into that world which the normal science people do not understand it, but actually there is no separation. And eventually you go on. This is what Lord Byron is saying. When all our psychologists, scientists, philosophers, poets stop their entire, exhaust their knowledge, Ashtavakra starts talking. And now understand it. The water, what does it do? It pervades. What does it mean? Like supposing there is the incense. Incense is pervading this room. Is it like that? Or this light? This light is pervading this room. Is it like that? No, it's not like that. Then what is it like? Think. This table is made of teak wood. Can I take away the teak wood and keep the table? No. Same way, I cannot take away the gold and keep the gold ornament. Same way, I cannot take away the water from the wave of the ocean or the dirty puddle on the road. So what is it like? This consciousness which we are talking about it is called the light of the light. Light falls on the dirty puddle or dirty something on the road. Have you noticed it does not become dirty? Light falls onto dirty something, it doesn't become dirty. Light falls onto holy river Ganga. It doesn't become holy. It is detached. It falls onto, let's say, a pitcher of whiskey or wine. It doesn't get drunk. It is lighting, it is shining. So this clock is being brought to the awareness because the light falls on it and reflects and comes to my cornea, creates an image. And I, from my memory, say, oh, that's a clock, Seiko clock. I know it. That is how the senses are bringing the world to me, right? But this light, the clock, is because of the eye. The eye is the working instrument because the mind is working. The eye gives the image to the brain. Brain gives that image to the mind. Mind tells, that's a clock. But the mind can't work unless I'm conscious. If I'm in coma, anesthetized in hospital for operation, I don't have, my mind is. So when you go to deep sleep, your mind, you go beyond the mind. And in samadhi. So what is the difference then? From samadhi, from yogic practices to Advaita Vedanta, to understanding it, you realize that that light is not out there, that world is not out there. You realize that you have the power to control that world, because that world and you are born together. So when my third brother told me about the Denmark, I said, listen, India is going to win. He said, really? Aapke muh mein ghee, shakkar, phool, chandan, all that he was talking about. I said, listen, you can also predict. You calm down, sit yourself and plant. So all of you learn this. When you get on to the state of the meditation, which you'll practice after a while, you plant that seed, whatever it is, whatever condition which is not liked by you, plant the opposite of it. And important part, believe in it. Third brother wasn't believing. I said, India is going to win. And he was trying to say, I said, you pray to Divine Mother. You know what he said? He said, why? They don't have Divine Mother. I said, champion brother, you want them to lose India or you want India to win? I said, why are you worried about their Divine Mother? And last Thursday when I gave the talk, those of you heard, I said, our Divine Mother is no Nancy Pansy weak mother. She is the Mother Kali, the mother of the universe. And don't worry, their mother is also mother of the universe. Only thing you are asking your mother, I don't know what they're doing. I'm not bothered. You want India to win, India will win. You know, India won against Denmark, against Malaysia, and went to Denmark. Against Denmark, India won in semi-final. He was saying, at least semi-final, we'll get a bronze medal. I said, why are you worried about bronze? India going to get gold. He said, ha, ha, ha. Can't believe, because they've been through that. They know how tough those teams. I said, look, I don't know. So in the Indonesia, so when I was telling Thapliyal sir and Vijay and all of that, we were saying, just watch, India is going to win. That was the final going on, but we were in the meditation. That was the time match was started, 11:30. After the lunch, as the lunch was going on, I just switched on the mobile. I asked the Google, what's the latest? It says India is leading 1-0. I said, wow. I had told him, Lakshat Sen had always lost in the last 3. Though he's a very good player, wonderful player, but somehow he lost. I told him, Lakshat is going to win this time, in the final. So I said, wow. So Lakshat has won. Second was a double. Little later I saw it is 2-0. And I had told him India is not only going to win, India will be 3-0. He really laughed. Ha ha ha. I wish it comes true. Your miracle. I said, not my miracle. I'm just getting the message and I'm asking. If the baby cries, will the mother not leave all her washing and cooking and running to pick up the baby and give the baby the milk? No, mother will. Only thing you don't believe. Does the baby, let's say, going to America with father and mother, 10 months old baby, does the baby say, hey, give me some $10. What if you are not there? I have to buy my milk, no? Baby has no doubt. You and I have the doubt. Why? Because we have separated ourselves from the universe with the name, form and function. And this is what Ashtavakra is saying. Yatha prakashameko dehamenam tatha jagat yatha mama jagata saman jagata sarnam athava nacha kinchate. Either the entire universe and I are born together and we belong as one, or none of it. None of it is, I'm ignorant, I'm a fool. And this is where Lord Byron comes up and says, that teak wood cannot be separated from the table. It pervades the table. The light pervades the room, stays detached. Your consciousness, if I take it away from you, from me, I'm dead. But notice, when I go to deep sleep, consciousness alone is there. There was a beautiful, some British philosopher, psychoanalyst, neurosurgeon came to Kolkata. There was a big meeting, conference, in which he was talking about consciousness. And consciousness, if you all do a little study, today, about last 20 years or so, the consciousness on which Rajesh ji has written so much on the is just coming into the fore. David Chalmers, an Australian philosopher, he is writing about NYU, New York University. He calls it Mind Brain Consciousness Unit. Ned Block, same organization. Even Thompson, I talked to you all about, from Canada, from British Columbia University. He's written that. Is there, I shared with you all. Waking, dreaming, being. Separate. Your being. So the moment you understand this, Ashtavakra is telling, this universe and you are not separate. You're one. You are the universe. You say, why am I the universe? Then why is all these things are happening? Because you and I have separated ourselves. And India won against Indonesia 3-0. Lakshat Sen won. And he was saying, if one of them lose, our fifth singles, Pranay, is very good. He will win. I said, listen, Pranay Singh will not even play. He again laughed. He rang me up that day at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And he said, hats up to you, your miracle. I said, it's not my miracle. It was always there. Only thing, you were not looking at it. You have to look at it. You have to know about it. So I'm asking all of us, let's become aware of our ancient, rich heritage of Vedanta Upanishad. Learn a little bit about it. Make it your own. It's not complicated. I wish when I was your age, somebody talked to me about it. I would have been somebody great by now. Today, you will suddenly understand whatever we love, we like to hold on to it. Whatever we don't like, we like to get rid of it. Look carefully. You don't ever get rid of yourself. Even in the suicide condition, we told you that's because of a condition. Maybe a loan in the bank, they're harrowing you, or some relationship problem, or some situation in life. If somebody comes and heals it, you are not going to say, okay, I have taken a promise, so I'm going to kill myself. Situation is, now you want to enjoy that word. Now, with this understanding, that Turiya is I, me, myself, and not this I, me, and myself. That Turiya is using this body and the mind, which is your app. We don't look at it that way. Little bit of pinch, you get hurt, little thorn pricking, little burn, little sickness, little fever. But if you look carefully, why did Jesus Christ say, and what did he do? He resurrected himself. Easter Sunday, Good Friday, his body was killed, but he resurrected. Same thing, Lahiri Mahasaya. He had told his wife, I'm going to leave my body on so-and-so day because I have to. He got a message. Those of you who read autobiography, you read there, Babaji and Lahiri Mahasaya and Mahababaji's sister in Dashashwamedh Ghat. She was meditating under that Ghat stone. The stone suddenly lifted. She came up. And a great Bhakta, Pranab, he was told by Lahiri Mahasaya, he was sitting in Lahiri Mahasaya's house, he was reading Bhagavad Gita. He said, you go. He said, sir, you? He said, you go there, I'll meet you there. And later on he heard Lahiri Mahasaya kept reading Bhagavad Gita there for the rest of the devotees. And here comes Lahiri Mahasaya, another Lahiri Mahasaya, comes with Babaji over the river Ganges, like a 2 ball of light. And the sister of Babaji comes out of the cave and they were talking and he was witnessing it. He was too frozen out of this phenomenal thing. And Babaji said, I've decided to leave my body. Sister said, no, not as yet. You have a lot more work to do. You hold on to your body. After you, and then he said, after this time, explain, I'll not get into that. Then you can leave your body. So many of us have met him, Babaji. There is a stone here. You know, I went on to Babaji's cave there. So as you. That cave, it's about close to 10 kilometer winding climb. About 2.5 hours it takes. We went and started meditating. Naturally, it's supposed to be Lahiri Mahasaya got his moksha there. Everybody wants to meditate. So me, Sharada and the two daughters, we were meditating. There was nobody else. There's one boy, the local tea shop. He sent through him. He had showed us where the cave. He was sitting outside. So after about 2 hours or so, I got up. We have to get down also. By 12 o'clock, if we don't start, and by 2 o'clock, if we don't reach, it starts to suddenly start raining in that place. It becomes very slippery and quite dangerous. And I had these two champion daughters, so I thought, okay, now we'll start moving. But as I got up, before getting up, I was asking Babaji, I'm in your cave, in your house. You give me something which I can take back. I got a message, take it. So I opened my eyes, looked around. I didn't find anything. That cave is beautifully clean. There's nothing. Generally in the walls, you find a little bit of sand, something. I tried to dig the wall, so there was nothing, pure stone. Nothing. No leaf, no bel patta, no flower. There's no statue, there's nothing. It's just the cave. I again sat down. I went around all over, including daughter, wife, all around that area. I didn't find anything. I thought if we took a small stone also, I'll take it. Didn't find. I sat down again. I said, you said take it. I said, what am I going to take? There's nothing. I again got a message, take it. I said, look, if you're telling me to take from outside, I am not taking from outside. I want it from here. There was silence for about 10 minutes. Then I again got a message, take it. I opened my eye, and would you believe that stone was lying in front of my left knee? That powerful. These stones are all from Kedarnath, Badrinath, from Manasarovar, and various places of spiritual places. That it gives you great energy over here. As you walk in, you will find great energy. And we are blessed to be knowing about it a little bit. So the message from our ancient gurus is, if it is illumining something, what? That light, illumining the clock, the light illumining, let's say, the dirty water on the road. It is not that dirty water. It is not the clock. So now, your presence of your body with your five senses, you are realizing it, is because of your consciousness, which is illumining. How can you be? You are that consciousness, that Turiya. You cannot be the body, nor can you be the mind. Why? Mind is sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes angry. And you land up saying, that is me. I don't understand maths. Who's the right? This brain. That's not you. You are the consciousness. You say, I'm not understanding maths, whatever it is, consciousness or not, but I don't understand. Calm down, sit, get aligned, and you will be surprised. I didn't understand quantum mechanics at all. I was telling him the other day, but I took interest in it and started reading it. And when I read his book, he's dealt with it so beautifully. Complicated areas, he's made it very simple, and he's also made it very deep. So it could be for all classes of people. It will be wonderful readers for our knowledgeable students. They'll get onto that world to understand. So now, understand. Light reveals everything in this room. When it is revealing you, when you go away from this room, will the light follow you? Light will remain here. Light is not going to get stuck to you. Correct? The scene has changed now. From this session, scene is changed. Light remain. This body, we have no control. Otherwise, I would love to be forever 21, like the shop. What they say. Or I like being 15 years old. I like to be 15 years. You can't. the body will continue to change. And it'll deter, it'll age, and it'll die. Mind will change till you go beyond mind, like in the deep sleep. So you love to go to that state. That is the reason why you would love to go to sleep every time. Mind will change. Now, when you get aligned with that consciousness, what do you do? So what I'm talking about, when you get connected, we will teach you, we'll practice them. You need to practice it. The first is called Mindfulness Meditation. In that, you just pay attention to breathing. Follow the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. What are you doing with your mind? What are you doing? You're anchoring your mind to the breath. Anchoring, like a ship is anchored in the ocean. You're anchoring. So now what is it? Mind loves to be wild. Loves to be. Like a wild elephant. I was just talking to Rajesh sir yesterday. The very famous Vedanta example. Mind likes to be like the elephant. You love to get up at 3:34, early morning, dawn, Brahma Muhurta. You made a great promise to yourself, I'm going to get up. As you wanted to get up, body says, you never talk to me. I'm not getting up. You want to go? And who wins? The mind and body always wins. They are the elephant. The elephant once, it can trample over the mahut, no? So what do you need? You need training. You need to train that elephant so that when you put pressure at the mahut, go to the left to the temple, elephant will not want to go to the right to the banana groove. And with the training, specific time, specific place, specific posture, every time, you will certainly find many of you. The other day, Yogesh was sitting here. Kini's mother was sitting here, Achala. They could not sit on the floor. They are terrible. The doctors had told them, Yogesh was told, if you sit, you will require crutches to walk. I was told, don't sit on the floor. If you do, that's your funeral. You'll be bedridden for life. I said, it is better to be bedridden than not to sit on the floor. He said, you might die. I said, it's okay. I'll die. I'll sit. Look at it. Slowly, all this journey, understanding from where it came. I didn't have any one of these. It all comes to you when you start to get connected. Take the journey. As you take the journey towards Mumbai, don't get stuck in Panvel or Kandala. Continue to take the journey. Go have a coffee break, no problem. Take a little rest, but continue to do that. You will reach Mumbai. Who can stop you? None. The power is within you. That light does not require a torchlight to show this is light. That sun does not require a torchlight to show that is sun. It's self-revealing. Your consciousness is self-revealing, self-effulgent. Yes, sir.
So somewhere there, that word is there for that particular principle. So somewhere there.
Say that again.
So somewhere there.
Yes.
So somewhere there.
Yes.
There is no any.
It doesn't require anything.
And there is no translation in English.
Prakasham.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. What Rajesh is saying. So you can see how much he has traveled himself. Only thing you and I need to, we are aware. You are aware I'm talking. Why? Because of your consciousness, which in turn is powering your mind. And that is called subconscious mind of the Western world. Reflective consciousness is the consciousness powering your mind. I'll show the chart. I'll just ask Shauda ma'am to show the chart, please. Yeah. That reflected consciousness, because tiny part of the consciousness is there, is very powerful. So Joseph Murphy has written a great book, Power of Your Subconscious Mind. So is Secret. So is Message from the Universe. These are all, so is Magic. All these books are talking about power of your subconscious mind. Ancient India is talking about you are that consciousness. So it is like, the very famous story. Ancient India had king and a queen and a king's brother who was eyeing all the time, I want to take over this kingdom. Young to the king. King was 12 years older. They gave birth to a baby boy. The king's brother with the captain of the soldier got together and kidnapped the baby and told the soldiers, go and kill him. The soldier who was given the job, two of them, they took it to the forest to kill. In the forest, killing a baby is very difficult. So they're protected by the Divine Mother. Divine Mother came and gave them some idea in their mind. They said, just leave it here. Some animals will come and eat it up. You leave it and go. They left and gone. This is the chart I'm talking about. I use it for our champion students. This is the world coming because of the five senses. This is the body and this is the brain. And that world with the five and the body comes to the brain. Let's say I see the tree. How do I see it? Tree doesn't enter my eye. Light falls on it. Light brings that image into my little cornea. In the optic nerve, tiny particles of electricity sends it to the brain. Brain neurons make connection with each other and from memory and things like that. Say this is the pupil tree. That brain sends the message to the mind. The mind comprehends it. But the mind, if it is unconscious, if it is in coma, if it is in deep sleep, cannot do anything. When does it do? The consciousness sends this little light. This is called reflective consciousness or subconscious mind. Thank you. That consciousness has to be there. Then only, and if the consciousness is good, like when I die, my body will be buried or burnt. We are Thula Sharira, this body, Sukshma Sharira, which is mind, ego, intellect, memory, like that. Sukshma Sharira. And those of you who heard about Panchabhuta, Panchakosha, I'll not get into that complication. But this Sukshma Sharira, when I die, body stays there. Have you ever realized, supposing I am dead and you all have come to pay respect, you come and say, do you say, where is Robbin Ghosh? Have you ever thought of it? You'll press the bell. You say, dead body idhar hi hai ya gaya? Now, you will not say, is Robbin Ghosh here or he's gone? Have you ever heard? Unconsciously you do that. In other words, Robbin Ghosh is not that body. But now I say, this is me, Spider-Man. Now, what happens to that Sukshma Sharir? It becomes a bubble and travels as per your karma and seeks the new mother as per Vedanta birth again and again and again till the Sukshma Sharir realizes the consciousness, goes beyond the mind. Beyond the mind is deep sleep state. And it becomes Man ki paar chalega and becomes what is called Buddha. Today we do a little meditation of called being little Buddha. What is Buddha? Buddha name means the one who knows. What? This consciousness. And he discovered it himself. So once you do that, you are the light. That is what he said just now. Swaprakash. You don't need anybody else to show the sun. And this Swaprakasha is so powerful, so brilliant, billions of sun doesn't match with it. It happened to me once, and mind you, I'm a fighter pilot. I've been through worst of the flying. I'm also a test pilot. And it happened in that Sopanbag 1, in the initial stage, And suddenly in that meditation, my whole body started to go round and round and round and climbing up rapidly. And just imagine, think, I meaning this mind and the body, Robbin Ghosh, is very experienced with that kind of flight to flying and doing all kind of topsy-turvy. I should love it. I got so scared. This travel was so rapid. And before I could realize, I was, something like miles up. I started calling out to Babaji. Babaji, save me, save me. And it continued for another, it must have been a few minutes, but to me it sounded like hours. And then suddenly I found myself. I'm there. So these kind of astral journeys, you take it up without realizing. As you start to get connected to that Kundalini, Tapiyal sir is saying, he keeps doing that. So that consciousness would be lighting up the mind, and it is called the light of the light. That which is the awareness. You all are aware of me. That is that tiny bit of the consciousness is telling you with your five senses, yes, I'm sitting in this ashram, I'm here, I'm not there. But the moment you get connected to that light, you become like Larima said, Babaji. You can be everywhere. You're not limited by your body. How? You've heard about this Advaitam, Anantam, Sarvavyapi, meaning everywhere. Taittiriya Upanishad talks about the definition of God. Nowhere, no religion in the world tells you what is God. Try. They will explain. And you will see advertisement, especially in the Western world. God is in heaven. Dial 1-800. Meaning if you want to go to heaven, dial 1-800, I'll teach you how to do that. This is how advertisement goes on in the Western world, America, you will find it. When will I see God? After you die. So now the Panditji I cannot come and catch. I'm already dead. What is Advaita saying? It is not a promissory. You realize it now. Today, this moment. Know it. And by knowing it, you will go beyond mind. Something will happen. Those of you who got problem with sitting in the knee problem, you will see it will vanish. Something will happen. You will have that healing energy in your body. And it will heal you. Like many of you know me for decades now. I never fallen sick. Who's this? I'm not great. I said all of us are great. All I'm saying, get connected to that you which is within you. And it's not complicated. Our ancient masters have said it so simply and so beautifully again and again. See, another example. This body is not me. Seer and see. Drashta and drishya. This drishya is going to change. I am the drashta. Little later, I might be feeling sleepy. So my eyes will be closing. But I will know that I am feeling sleepy. No? I am feeling sleepy. I am trying to stay awake. And something tells me, what are you fighting? Why are you fighting? You're feeling sleepy. Go to the bed and lie down. Who is that? It is that mind. That mind which is giving the power to my senses. It's saying, come on, go, go, go. Who's telling you in the morning 4 o'clock? You haven't talked to me. You want to go, go? I'm sleepy. Now, that mind is illuminated by the true I, which is called Aham Brahmasmi, Main Hi Brahma. You hear Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi. 9 times. In Chandogya Upanishad, Shwetaketu, young boy, comes from the university of those days, Vedic university, 20 years of study, very proud, comes and says, Father, I finished mine. Father realized that he's got a lot of ego. He punctured his ego a little bit. He said, tell me, did you learn there? What is it that one thing if you learn everything? Now Shwetaketu is nervous. He said, one thing? How? If you learn maths, you will learn maths. If you learn chemistry, you will learn chemistry. If you learn physics, you will learn physics. If you learn German, you will learn German. How if you learn one thing, you learn everything? What is it that? And Father explains it 9 times by giving example. Tat Tvamasi, you are that. You're not this body, you're not this name, you're not this ego. You're something else. This is how it's going ahead. You know this, when you sit down for meditation, your mind is continuously bombarding yourself. And worries and thoughts and ideas and stories and happening. These are called vrittis. Like supposing Usha ma'am suddenly feels like it's good to have a barista coffee. I'll tell Sunil after meditation, let's go to barista before we reach home. So coffee vritti has come and wagging its tail. As you're meditating, those things will come. When it comes, there's a beautiful statement. First, relax in the meditation. Second, think of joy. Think of something pleasant. Maybe Divine Mother, Babaji, Paramahansa Ramakrishna, Yogananda, Vivekananda, Holy Mother, Jesus Christ, Allah, name anything. Think about joy. Think about yourself, a happy moment. Don't put your mind into that moment, then it will take you for a ride. Let it be. What is it? Relax, think of joy, let it come, let it be, and let it go. What thought which has come, don't put your mind into it, let it be in the obscurity. Let it be. Don't try to fight it. Then you're putting your mind to fight it. You will be disturbed. And you'll get up and say, I didn't have a good meditation today. No. You be still. You be silent. Let it come, let it be. It'll go. I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say the door is open. The neighbor, there are 2 flats in this, comes in, open the door. He doesn't know that we're having meditation camp. He'll open the door. He'll see we are meditating. Thought has come. And we are letting him be. We are not telling, how dare you open the door, get out from here. He comes, he sees it. What will he do? He's not getting attention. He'll close the door and quietly, sorry, and go away. This is what happens to the thoughts. And soon you will see, very soon, you will see your mind is becoming calmer and calmer. Those thoughts reduce. And that is why I call Abhyasa Yoga. You have to do that sadhana chatushti. Live with truth. No telling lies. Even in a joke. And it's not difficult. We were born truthful. As babies, we never told lies. As you grew up, you learn. Social system, television, medium, friends, parents, grandparents, everybody tells us how to tell lies. You were told, don't tell lie. Has anybody told you don't tell truth? You're told you're a girl, you behave like a girl. Has anybody told you you're a human being? Act like human being. Sometimes we are told, don't like an animal. Okay, the metaphor, Heidegger, a very famous German philosopher, he is writing the consciousness. You know, he's a Nazi. He's not very popular. So he's writing his philosophy, very good books. And he's really understood this existence. He's saying, question of, what is existence? We all are existing. one of my very good friend, he was the Ayurvedic doctor, Mr. Gupta. He used to come all the way from Patna to come and meet here, took care of a lot of our students and doctors and teachers, and very nice Ayurvedic doctor, very good guy and very knowledgeable. And I used to keep ringing him up. If somebody has got some problem, I think, would you please talk to him? So I rang up one day and his son came on. He says, Pitaji gaya. I said, Gaya? Kaha gaya? Nahi, Pitaji gaye. I said, he's saying it on telephone. He's not doing the gesture. I said, what do you mean by gaye? Kaha gaye? Kab aayenge wapas? He couldn't explain to me. I said, you give it to your mother. Then mother started crying. Then I realized, oh, he is no more. But meaning that you and I think Robbin Ghosh is gone. You never go. That little sukshma sharira goes, but your consciousness is always prevailing. And when you take rebirth, you come and again tap into that same consciousness and now use that consciousness. It is eternally present everywhere. Taittiriya Upanishad. It says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. Definition of God, which is consciousness, which is Ishvara, as per Vedanta. Now, there are lot of things to be covered. Have you ever realized? You say this is my hand. Does the mind say this Robbin Ghosh is mine? Have you thought about it? Hello, Robbin Ghosh. Does the hand say? You say, hi, how are you doing? My right arm, you had pain yesterday. But when you finally look into it, then you start to get into this. Most alarming is this Ashtavakra Gita's, where he's talking about that you are born to this universe. But have you realized the universe is also born to you? You and the universe are one. Ekam eva advaitam. There is no separation at all. This powerful thing which is to continue. I am only in the 15th slide. So we'll do some exercise and we will get on to meditation. Chant with me silently or loudly as you wish. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May each one of you be protected with the Supreme Kalpa Yogi Mahavadar Babaji's blessings. Hold your hand and guide you, protect you from adversities, remove all your obstacles, and take you from this state of multiple division, devised self to oneness. No separatedness to oneness of realization. To Krishna Yogakshema Vaham Vaham. Divine Mother, Jagat Janani, Brahma Rupi Mother, Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara, blessings of Paramahansa Yogananda. Protect us, guide us, hold our hand. Sri Yukteswar Giri Lahiri Mahasaya, bless us so that we may attain that oneness with you as the supreme Turiya conscious state, that you gurus are there, always guiding us silently, ever present. Swami Sri Vivekananda, Holy Mother Sharada, Paramahansa Ramakrishna. Om Shanti Shanti.